Hello, welcome to Catalyst Charts Lab, where data ignites discovery. Welcome. What I wanted to show today is trend lines, simple trend lines, how to draw trend lines, and how they can help you in your trading. Okay, so trend lines and how to draw trend lines and how they can help you in trading. All right. So this is actually my first video. So just putting it out there and just want to help those who don't know anything about trend lines to teach you about trend lines. Okay. So let's go. So the first thing is this is a chart. Well, the first things first, this is a chart of EchoStar Corporation, a stock, but we're not looking at that first. We're going to go over here to this clear white space and I'm going to draw for you trend. This is a trend. This is an uptrend. Okay. And here I'm going to draw for you a downtrend. There we go. Okay. This is a downtrend. Okay. So clearly this is an uptrend and clearly this is a downtrend. This is an uptrend because going up. This is a downtrend because going down. But to get more detailed than that, excuse me, this is my phone. This is my phone. Let me just turn that off. It's first video vibes. First video vibes. First video vibes. So it's more than that, a little bit more detailed um, in the trading world. This is a higher high. This is a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Move this up here, higher low, and higher high. So when it's doing stuff like that, when it's doing that, making higher highs and higher lows, it's moving in an uptrend. Here is a downtrend. More specifically, it's making lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So when it's making lower lows and lower highs, price is moving in a downtrend. That's it. This is an uptrend. This is a downtrend. And just so you understand even more, let me help here. Just so you understand something a little more. This could be, let's say, this could be a, let's say this is a weekly downtrend on any kind of chart, any chart you're looking at. This could be a weekly downtrend. This is what happens when you go in, let's say you go into, let's just zoom in here. This is as far as it's going to let me. Can't go in any further. So you're looking here on, let's say, okay, that's weekly. Say you're looking at the 4 hour. This is what it might look like. So price will do similarly the same thing. It's just going to go like this, right? Okay. Yeah, let's just leave it like that. Just leave that, bring that a little down. So this is making a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? This is an uptrend, right? Just like this going down is what? It's a downtrend. So price is just going like this. It's going like this. I'm drawing it a little funky, but this is a downtrend. Down, up, down, down, down. So it's making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. So this is what you'll see on a lower time frame, like this. And when I zoom out, that's exactly what you'll see. So you'll see this, and even within these little ones, you're going to see the same pattern repeat itself again and again and again and again. So I hope you understand that. So if you don't, let me just, I don't have a drawing tool here, but that's okay. So this is an uptrend. This is a downtrend. That's it. So now I'm going to move to the market. And it looks exactly like what I was just drawing, right? So here, this is an uptrend. This is a higher high, a lower high, higher high, lower high, higher high. Okay, then we go, this is a low. This is a lower high, lower low. Sure, this is a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Basically what I was drawing, right? Basically what I was drawing. So, um, That's just what I wanted to show. But now that's showing you that it's trending. But what you have to understand now is how to draw trend lines, okay? So let me explain. So a trend line is one of the most basic but powerful tools in trading. Okay, it helps you visualize the market's direction. As you can see here, we're seeing I just taught you about higher highs, lower lows, higher lows, lower highs, lower lows, higher low, 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 low. So that's what it is. So higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. You have this low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay, so it helps you visualize the market's direction, whether price is trending up, down, or even moving sideways, right? Because that's what it will do. And if you like, this is obviously from us, it's going up and it's going down, but sideways, you're saying, how does it move sideways? See, say this is going down like this, right? Say that was a downtrend coming from there. Now, how would it move sideways? It would move sideways if it just kept going like this. Whoops. If it kept doing something like this, whoops, so many whoops. Going like this, going like this, going like this. Then it goes down like this, then it goes like this, then it goes like this, then it goes like this. Then it goes down like this, then it goes like this. But then it starts actually trending up now. And it keeps going up. That's my attempt. So this here is my attempt of if it's going sideways. But within this sideways movement, see this is coming down from a downtrend, and this is now going into uptrend. But within this sideways movement, there's still an uptrend, there's still a downtrend, there's still an uptrend, there's still a downtrend, there's still an uptrend, there's still a downtrend. That's all I wanted to show you there. So it can move up, it can move down, it can move sideways. Okay. Now to draw a trend line in an uptrend, this is how you do it here. I'm going to delete this and I'm going to put this here like this. So you want to connect the lower highs. You want to connect them like this. The last two, okay? So first of all, say about say market is about here right now, and all of this has not even happened yet. You would draw your trend line underneath the price. That's what I have to say. When it's an uptrend, it's underneath the price like this. And when it's a downtrend, it's above the price. That's where you're drawing your trend line. So it would look something like this on a downtrend. But I'll get to that. So say none of this has happened yet, and this is just the uptrend. So this is, forget about this little up and this down. Just start from here going up. You would start from here. So this made a little move up and made another little move down and a move up. And then it made another move down here. So you would draw your trend line here. It has to be on the last two lows like that. And then say, okay, Proust buying. I had a long day today, so I'm not even talking properly. Say Proust. Wow. Price bounced off of the trend line and went up, right? Okay, cool. Now, say we want to move this, let's say over here now. Now, price came back down. Now, this is how we will draw a trend line. We'll draw it like this. Might not be able to touch that one, but we'll draw like this from touching this one to that one. The last two dominant lower highs that we see, we're drawing it that way, right? Now, we want to focus in on this part here. Like from here to about here, let's draw our trend line. So let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. And we're going to draw a trend line like this. See, all of this, only this has, like everything here has happened except this part over here. So this is how we're going to draw our trend line. Okay, so price has to be making higher highs. So we want to come down here. Price is going to hit here. Once it makes a higher high, then we know where to draw our trend line. We draw it here. Same with this one up here. Say price is, we only have about up to here. Say we only have about up to here, and we're going, putting this over here. Price now, can you spot where the lows are? Sometimes you try to get it exactly, sometimes you won't, but sometimes drawing trend lines, most of the time, is subjective, so everyone's going to have a different draw. So you draw it like this here. So it's making higher highs. And to help you, I do have well, let me just show you here. To help you, you can just draw it like this. Like this, we can see it's making higher highs. Okay, we can see that, we can see that, and we can see there. That's where it ended, basically. So it's a higher high. This is a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And basically all you're doing is connecting the bottoms here, right? Once it makes a higher high, once price goes like this, once price goes like this, price is already trending because it made a higher high. It made a high higher than this one. That's all. Once price on a downtrend, once price, right now it's not trending. You see price go like this, it comes down, it goes up. It's not trending until it breaks here. Now it's trending. Now price is trending. So at that point, you draw this line under these like this because it's trending. Just like that. Okay? That's how you draw your trend line. Okay? So let me do it again on the chart for the downtrend. So we're looking at this downtrend here. This is just practicing how to draw a trend line. So you don't have to be like, oh, I'm not doing it right. I don't know what I'm doing. This is a real market. I'm screwed. You're not screwed. You're just practicing, you know. You're not losing money. You're not gaining money. You're just practicing. Okay. This is what trading is about. You have to practice. You have to back test. You have to understand what it is you're actually doing and trying to do and do it correctly and do the same thing every time. So drawing trend lines, do it the same way every time. So here, we're drawing this last trend line here, just like that. Just like that. Because why? Because this is the last lower low. So this is where that would go. And say price was about here. Say price was just about here. None of this happened yet. This is exactly how you would draw your trend line. Okay? So this went down. It came back up. It went a lower high. Or this is a lower low. This is a lower high. Okay? And it went down to make a lower low. And once this is confirmation, this broke this. So now this became the lower low. So now you can draw your trend line. Same with here. Say price only came to about here, right? Where would I be drawing my trend line? I would draw my trend line from about up here to about, here. Say I saw a price break here. That's as far as I can draw it, really. Or if you really want to get a little deeper, because this seems to have corrected a little bit or done a little bit of a pullback here, you can draw here. You can say this went down, it pulled back a bit, and it went down again. So this is a low. It went to make a lower high, then it went to make a lower low. So you could draw it like this, just like that. But you would be looking at this not on a weekly, but further in. Now let's draw something here. Now this is actually the market, right? So let's draw here. So this went, I'm going to show you here. This went up, down, up, down, up, down, up. It went really down here. Then it went up again. Okay. So at this point, this was a high, a lower high, a higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high, higher high. This came down and broke everything. So this was a trend in itself. Remember, this is a weekly. So this whole move right here is huge. It's a huge trend. And it went back up and made another higher high. Okay, so before this steep move happened, so let me put this here. Before this steep move happened, say we're about here. Let's just do it step by step. From here, remember I showed you from here to here, that's not a trend. It's when it breaks here, it became a trend, right? So you draw it like from here. Once it breaks that, you can start drawing it there to there. Now, from after that, you see this up and it came down. And what did it do? It broke again. Now you could draw your trend like this. On the last two. Okay. It went up again. It came down. It broke this again. It broke that again. So now you could draw this. Draw like that. So that's your trend right there. So here. Now that's how you tell that it's still trending. Right. And then when it broke here, it came up and it came down here again. This is our trend. Why? Why is that the trend? Because price went like this, it came up, and it broke where? It broke this. It broke this right here. That's what it is. So what are you going to do? This tells you that the market is trending. It tells you that the market is trending. And price could, it could continue trending. It could continue trending. It could continue trending. It could go like this, then go up a little bit, then come back like it did, right? But this is a trend. This is trending here because it went up, it pulled back, and it broke. Once it broke, that trended for that little amount of time. Okay? I'm just showing you trending, what it's like when market trends. Okay? That's all I wanted to show. That's it. So to draw a trend line, that's how you would draw it. And that's how you will spot the direction of the market by looking at the trends and seeing when it makes a higher high and seeing when it makes a lower low. So when it does that, then you know, okay, market is trending. I'm not talking about buying or selling or any strategies or anything like that. I'm just telling you how to spot when the market is trending. That's it. So at this point in time, this went up, it broke here, oh, it went up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So this would be my trend line here. This would be my trend line, right? Because once it breaks here and once it breaks here, you can't measure, you can't draw a trend line like this. That's not how you draw it. You can't draw it like that, right? And you can't draw it like, hold on, you can't draw it like this. Okay, you can't draw a trend line like that. Like, where's it going at that point, right? You can't draw a trend line like that. All right, so that's how you would draw it. And you could also draw it on this one too. You could also draw it on that one. So for market to come back and to say it's going to pull down on a weekly and break, it would have to break here and continue down to be a downtrend again. But right now it looks like it's an uptrend. So this is on a weekly. Let me go down to a daily and see on this last. I'm always looking at the last the last, I don't want to call it impulses yet, but the last moves. But because I'm teaching, I just want to show it for what it is. So here is an uptrend. Okay, this was an uptrend right here. Down. This is a lower low, lower high, a lower low. This is a downtrend. See that? And this was going up. This is a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And this was an uptrend. And now this was the low. So you just draw it like this. Okay? You draw like that. You could also draw it like this too. It's probably better drawing it like that. What did I just press? Either way, price still broke through this trend line, which I'll get to in another lesson. But this is showing you what market is doing. So here, see, this was a lower low. This was a low. This is a higher low. Or this is a low, and this was a lower. Oh my. Okay, this is a lower high. Excuse me. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. This is a lower high, and this was a lower low. You could also draw it just for this part here. You could also draw it like this, just like that. Now, this is the last part here that I want to show. So I'll just erase all of this for now. Usually, because we want to catch the move, we want to make profit, make money. We want to look at where the market last trended. So if you've been listening, you know what's happening already. What direction is market trending right here? What direction is the market trending? The market is doing what? Let me draw it. Going up like this, went down a bit, it's going up, it went down. Wait a minute, what? It's trying to trick me. It's trying to trick me, y'all. So it went up here, went down a bit, it went up, went down, then it went up. Okay? So right there, we're looking at a what? An uptrend. So what would you do in that case? You take your little trend marker and you would just draw it from here to here. That's it. And then here we can see that market from there dropped. So we're going to go down to a 4 hour time frame on EchoStar Corporation. So this can be on any instrument, anything. It's the same thing across the board. So once you understand and learn how to draw the trend line, you're good for everything. It doesn't matter if it's crypto, commodities, Forex, stocks, whatever it is. I don't care. I don't know. Listen, if it's showing these candlesticks and these things, listen, you draw your trend line and you have a good day. Okay. Now, 4 hour, not seeing much on a 4 hour. The thing with the stocks, it gets a little choppy because of all the gaps and this and that. Um, so here, let me see if I can spot. Let me go to the 15. So I see it went down, definitely dropped, and it seems like it made a low here. It went up again and it made a lower low here. It looks really confusing and broken, but just pretend this is a long candle that just came all the way down here. This is a long red candle right here. Just a long red something. So basically this went down, it moved up, and it went down again. So I would put it something like this. That would be my trend. Okay? Because it's trending down. It went here, it went up a little bit, it dropped, it went up a little bit, and it dropped again. And that's still your lower low. So for now, if I even move this in to look at this, what's happening here. So this went up and this went down, but it's not trending. See, it went up, this went up, and it went down, but it's not, it didn't break here yet, so it's not trending. It's just drifting along. It might eventually break, then it's going to trend. But right now it's not trending. It's just going sideways. It's just ranging in an upwards fashion. But you know what? It's not trending on the 15-minute. But guess what? It is trending on the 1 minute. So if I go down to the 1 minute, look at this. It is trending on the 1 minute. Look at that. See that? See that? It didn't break here, but look, it is trending. Because why? Because of this. Up. This is your high, your lower high. Broke here. It's your higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high, higher high. So where are you going to draw your trend line? Where are the two bottoms that you're going to draw it at? I'll show you right here, right here. That's it. Those are the two areas where you're going to draw it. So take your trusty little long little trend drawing tool and you go like this. That's the trend. But that's as it is now. If price was over here, if price was just here and we didn't have any of this, where would you be drawing your trend line? You'd be drawing it from here to here. You could do that. But that's if price, I mean, no, no. Yeah, you would do that. You could draw from here to here. Yes, right? But for this, look at within here. I'm going to zoom in for you so you could actually really see. But within that, like I was showing you at the beginning of the video, within this trend that broke this one, there's a trend inside of it. Look, there's a trend inside of it, right? And this is what the market does. You know, it just repeats the thing on a lower scale, at a big scale, then a lower scale within the big scale, then a lower scale within that second big scale, then a lower scale within that. It just keeps going. It's called the fractal movements of the market. You could just keep going in as you've seen the same thing again and again. So this is an uptrend within this trend right there, right? This is an uptrend. And that's how the market moves. So if I, at this point, say this part only up to here happened, where would you draw your trend line? You draw your trend line from where it was here to over here. Okay, and say all the way, all of this happened. Let me remove this so it's not so confusing. Say all of this happened and you're right here at this point in time. None of this happened over here. Where are you drawing your trend line? You're drawing it right here to right here. And that's how you know this market was trending. And usually what price will do, price can only do two things at this point in time. Once you see it like this, price can only do this. Okay, price can either go like this and keep trending, okay, or price can just go like this, like it did here, and just break down and trend the other direction. Okay, that's what price can do. That's all price can do. Once you draw your trend line, either it's going to break the trend line or it's and just keep going down, or it's going to just get off bounce off the trend line, so to speak, and go continue trending. It's either going to continue trending or break the trend line and trend in the other direction. That's it. That's all it's going to do. So I hope you understand that. And that's it today for my very first video on Catalyst Charts Lab. God bless you. Bye-bye.